Coca-Cola.
Estão a vontade de todos, queria dar as boas-vindas à
And in sport, Cristiano Ronaldo already having a huge impact on the Euro 2020 championships.
Coca-Cola is not necessarily seeing a lot of action at the moment, but it did earlier today.
Coca-Cola lost $4 billion in a market value after soccer star Cristiano
Ronaldo's move there, pushing the Coke bottles to the side in his press conference, cost the company $4 billion, something to this effect.
Coca-Cola is starting to become a potential meme stock. Now, I don't expect it to be extremely volatile. It's not going to turn into an AMC or a BlackBerry or a GameStop anytime soon, but it is a stock that the meme crowd has started to talk about on Wall Street Bets.
All he did, he literally just went like this. No Coca-Cola. Drink water. That's all he did.
Yeah.
He didn't do
10
nothing.
seconds.
It's like less than 10 seconds.
It's good that Ronaldo knows exactly where the edge of frame is, isn't it? His ability with geometry, developed from years of brilliant free kicks and dead ball situations, still applies when he's working out the size of a frame. That lens looks like it's about here, okay. Coke's out of the way, you're not getting any free promo from me.
This is the same Ronaldo that was working with KFC.
Well, takeaways here. First, Euro 20. Is it Euro 2020? I guess technically the branding is Euro 2020, even though it's 2021.
Ronaldo has once again been one of the star attractions at the European Championship, scoring 3 goals in Portugal's first 2 group matches. But the captain inadvertently caused a worldwide stir for turning his nose up at the popular soft drink Coca-Cola in front of the media. Ronaldo's disdain for Coca-Cola has been one of the major talking points of Euro 2020, with Coca-Cola's market value plummeting by $4 billion after Ronaldo's antics. This might be what Ronaldo gets remembered for when we look back at the Euro 2020 championships, but when the dust settles, have Coca-Cola helped overshadow what might be the best Euro Championships career we have ever, or may ever see? So with that being said, let's take a look into the truth behind Ronaldo's Euro career. Born 5th of February 1985, Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born into a Portuguese family of 4 kids, with him being the youngest of the lot. His mother was a cook and his father a municipal gardener. His family lived in the now popular tourist destination of Madeira, a small island just off of Portugal. Madeira in 1985 was a tough place to live, a poverty-stricken small community. He shared a roof with his 2 sisters and 1 brother. Ronaldo said that he lived a very humble life, nothing from the one we see today. While school was off to a smooth start, it soon got rocky when he assaulted a teacher by throwing a chair at him. This led him to be expelled from school. Football was becoming an obsession to him. At age 10, he moved to one of the biggest clubs on the island, Nacional. Very soon after joining them, he was spotted by a scout and at age 12 was invited to trial at one of the biggest clubs in Portugal, Sporting Lisbon, who had a much bigger setup and a full academy. But as you can imagine, for little Cristiano, this was a huge step. Moving across to the mainland of Portugal was pretty much akin to emigrating. He had to live on his instinct and he had to live on his talent, which everyone around him could see he had in abundance. Moving away wasn't easy though, as he had to live away from his family. Ronaldo stated that early days were tough. Every day I felt homesick. He was a key member of the youth team, highly competitive and full of talent. His teammates said he was different to anything they'd ever seen before. He possessed something special. Cristiano decided to turn his hobby into a career. He had the confidence and the backing of his club to know he could make it to the very top. In an unprecedented year, he played at all levels, starting in the under-16 team and went on to the under-17 team, under-18s, B team and then the first team. Cristiano was already starting to break records, becoming the first sporting player to ever play at all those levels in one season. It was during this time that Ronaldo also began his international career, playing with Portugal's under-15s in 2001. During his international youth career, Ronaldo appeared in the 2002 European Under-17s Football Championship, the 2004 Summer Olympics, as well as the Under-15s, Under-17s, Under-20s, Under-21s, and Under-23 national teams, gaining 34 youth caps and scoring 18 goals overall. In the summer of 2003, Ronaldo set himself apart as something special. He helped Portugal's under-20s to victory at the Toulon tournament. Half of Europe sent scouts to watch him play. Having overcome issues with a racing heart that required laser surgery at 15, it was at this point where he had broken into Sporting's first team in 2002-2003. Arsenal had been trying to get him for some time. Agent George Mendes arranged for Ronaldo to secretly visit the Gunners training ground that January and meet Arsene Wenger. We were in a car and George kept calling me to make sure that nobody saw me, said Ronaldo. We stopped at a service station and I had to have my face covered. George was calling every 5 minutes saying, be careful around people.
In recent weeks I've seen two stories. One, Arsenal were a whisker from signing Cristiano Ronaldo. True or false?
True.
True.
But Arsenal failed to agree a fee with Sporting. Gerard Houllier also looked at taking him to Liverpool, only to laugh at Mendes' big salary demands. Barcelona were keen, but instead went for Quaresma, who was slightly older and more experienced. In those days, some people regarded Quaresma as the better player. I saw Quaresma in training the other day. He's going to be phenomenal, Portugal's press officer told Aurelio Pereira, Sporting's chief scout, at an under-17s match. Remember what I'm about to tell you, replied Pereira. The one who'll succeed is the boy from Madeira, Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a professional. At 16, he's more professional than the actual professionals. Quaresma's departure from Sporting coincided with the arrival of a new coach in the summer of 2003, Fernando Santos, the man who would later lead Portugal to victory at Euro 2016. He planned to make Ronaldo the focal point for his new Sporting team, but as it turned out, those plans didn't last very long. Another admirer of Ronaldo was the Manchester United assistant Carlos Queiroz, who persuaded the Red Devils to set up a partnership with Sporting. As part of the collaboration, United were invited to play in the first game of Sporting's new stadium. The reigning Premier League champions arrived in Portugal straight from the US, where they'd just beaten Juventus and Barcelona, but they were jet-lagged and Ronaldo made them pay. I'd never heard of him before that game, so I knew absolutely nothing about him, Quinton Fortune, a member of the team beaten that night, said. He was outstanding. I just thought, wow. Luckily I was playing at left back and John O'Shea was at right back on Ronaldo's side. I was just hoping he wouldn't come over to my side. It was step-overs, assists, going past players like they weren't there, you name it. We were in the changing rooms afterwards just looking at each other saying, what was that? The players at half-time were begging Sir Alex to make sure that Man United signed this kid. United had already been negotiating to sign Ronaldo, a deal which would have loaned the young wide man back to Sporting for the next 12 months. Before half-time though, Alex Ferguson had changed his mind. Forget the loan agreement, we want Ronaldo in this side now. Get Peter Kenyon down here, he told the kit man. We're not leaving this ground until that boy is signed. Negotiations to sign Ronaldo began during the game. That's how good he was at that time. Crazy. So when the match finished, the squad were left waiting in a team bus for more than an hour because Ferguson and Kenyon had got permission to talk with Ronaldo, and they were sat in the dressing room literally convincing him to join them. We always joke that John O'Shea sealed the deal by playing like a clown that night, Roy Keane later joked. Ronaldo's sale was a big blow for Fernando Santos. He was forced to rejig his formation and game plan for the new season. I was building the team around him, he sighed. I hadn't seen an 18-year-old with such potential in ages. Sporting would finish a disappointing third that term, and Santos was actually sacked at the end of it. Just 10 days after the friendly, Ronaldo made his debut for Man United. Even though he only played in the final half hour against Bolton, he was actually named the man of the match. 4 days later came his senior Portugal debut. It was a late summer's evening in the far north of Portugal, just a few miles from the Spanish border. Only 8,000 people were inside the Estadio Municipal in Chaves. They were about to witness the beginning of greatness. The Portugal team was struggling badly in a friendly at home to Kazakhstan. A year earlier, their 2002 World Cup campaign had ended in disgrace with an exit in the group stage via defeat to co-host South Korea, a match that Portugal finished with 9 men. The forward, João Pinto, had even punched the referee. After that, the future Euro 2004 hosts kicked off a series of meaningless friendlies in front of ever-dwindling attendances, and Kazakhstan were just the latest visitors. At half-time, the score was an unimpressive 0-0. Then came a substitution. Off went Luis Figo, and on came an 18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo for his international debut. "Stay calm," Figo told the teenager. "Just play as if you were at your club." By full time, his country had won 1-0, and Ronaldo was named the man of the match. The man, the boy, who would go on to become the greatest footballer in Portugal's history, had just made his entrance. He already had his sights on becoming great, explains Fernando Meira, who was part of the Portugal team that evening. He wanted to be the fastest, the strongest, the top goal scorer. He wanted to be the best at everything. Ronaldo was then called up for UEFA Euro 2004, held in his home country. And scored his first international goal in a 2-1 group stage loss to eventual champions Greece, only his 8th appearance for Portugal. Unfortunately, his effort was a last gasp header, which was simply a consolation.
Goal 2-1 con Cristiano Ronaldo, 1 λεπτό πριν το τέλος.
His next big test in the tournament came against England, the country where he was plying his trade for Man United in the quarter-finals. In an amazing match, Michael Owen's improvised finish put England ahead just 3 minutes in. But from then, they endured relentless pressure, Portugal finally equalising when Helder Postiga headed in Simal's cross. Then it was the turn of a third Portugal substitute, Rui Costa, who beat David James with a beautiful strike from range.
Oh, Rui Costa! That's certainly over the line. It nearly burst the net.
Frank Lampard was able to bring the English back into the game and sent the match to penalties.
John Terry, Lampard!
Beckham missed.
2004, oh, David Beckham. He did exactly the same thing.
And then Rui Costa blazed his effort over the bar.
He takes Portugal's third penalty and misses it.
Ronaldo converted his penalty.
Ronaldo again with that.
And Ricardo stepped up as the goalkeeper to send the Portuguese through. In the semis, Ronaldo helped Portugal reach the final by scoring the opening goal in a 2-1 win over the Netherlands. This time his header did have a bearing on the match, unlike his first goal against Greece. Unfortunately in the final though, it would end in tears for him as he could not repeat his goal scoring from the group stage. The Greek stunned the finalists and the rest of Europe by winning the entire tournament, but his quality was recognised by those who took into account his overall performances, and he was featured in the team of the tournament, having provided 2 assists in addition to his 2 goals. One day after his 22nd birthday, Ronaldo captained Portugal for the first time. It was in a friendly game against Brazil. This game was requested by the Portuguese Football Federation, President Carlos Silva, who died 2 days earlier. Ahead of Euro 2008, he was given the number 7 shirt for the first time. He then went on to score 8 goals in qualification, the second highest tally out there. Ronaldo would travel with his team to Austria and Switzerland to play in the tournament proper. The tournament was played at 8 venues throughout the 2 host nations, 4 in Austria, 4 in Switzerland. Each venue had a capacity of at least 30,000 for the tournament. In the tournament itself, he scored only 1 goal, netting the second goal of their 3-1 win in a group stage match against Czech Republic. In the same game, he also set up Portugal's 3rd goal in injury time, which was scored by Quaresma, and he was named man of the match for his performance.
Rossi now could be a threat here. It's the equaliser. Over the out from João Moutinho to Deco. Ronaldo! The perfect stage for a player in over here. Ronaldo, and it's squared off.
Portugal were eliminated in the quarter-finals with a 3-2 loss against eventual finalist Germany. And this time, Ronaldo didn't make it into the team of the tournament. After Portugal's unsuccessful performance in the championship, Luis Felipe Scolari was replaced as coach by Carlos Queiroz, formerly the assistant manager at United. Queiroz made Ronaldo the squad's permanent captain in July 2008. At Euro 2012, Ronaldo crucially scored 2 goals as Portugal came from behind in their final group game against the Netherlands.
He's curled it! He's curled it in! Rafael van der Vaart gives Holland a fantastic tonic.
That is brilliant. How much of the initial strike the goalkeeper sees, you'll probably see from one of these angles. It's a little bit slow movement, Trisha.
2-1 Portugal. They just had to wait a moment.
This one is weighted perfectly from Nani. He's never going to panic, is he? He drops back inside, he has the touch, he sets.
To grab second spot behind Germany. He headed home his country's winner in their quarter-finals with the Czech Republic. Then made the fateful decision to take the 5th penalty in the semi-final shootout against Spain. If he thought that would leave him with the glory of taking the final kick and scoring the winning goal, like he did against England in 2006, that plan completely backfired. João Moutinho and Bruno Alves both missed, and the shootout was over before Ronaldo even got a chance to step up and take one. Cesc Fabregas stepped up, slotted home the crucial penalty from the spot. This put Spain in the final and gave them a chance of defending the trophy that they won in 2008. When Portugal lost at home to Albania in the opening game of their Euro 2016 qualifying campaign, with Ronaldo injured, a change was made. Paulo Bento got the chop and Fernando Santos took charge. 11 years after their brief spell together at Sporting, Santos finally had his chance to build a side around Ronaldo and moved him from the left to a central striking position. Ronaldo scored 5 goals in his first 4 competitive games for the new boss, as a well-organised team won all of their remaining games. With the only goal in a victory over Armenia, he scored 23 goals in the European Championships, including qualifying matches, to become the competition's all-time leading goal scorer. For the first time since 2008, Portugal had topped their qualification group and reached a major tournament without the need for a playoff. Again, Ronaldo arrived at the tournament as a Champions League winner. He scored the final penalty for Real Madrid against City rivals Atletico in Milan.
It's Ronaldo! It is Real Madrid who win the UEFA Champions League!
But Euro 2016 started badly. He had a total of 20 shots without scoring in draws against Iceland and Austria. In the latter game, he missed a penalty on the day he surpassed Luis Figo as Portugal's record appearance maker. After the opening stalemate, he'd received media criticism for moaning about Iceland's small mentality. They just defend. They're not going to do anything in this competition, he said.
Absolute cracker, and it's totally against the run of play. Towards Nani, very quickly taken and very quickly finished. Jujak took a nick off the wall and it's flown into the back of the net. Ola Jujak hurting the celebrations.
Trailing 2-1 to Hungary, Portugal were on the verge of early elimination when Ronaldo scored a brilliant flicked equaliser. Visibly furious when that work was undone by a third Hungary goal, he responded once again, heading home his second of the game to secure a 3-3 draw and get Portugal into the last 16. Somehow, despite their 0 victories in a weak group, the captain had dragged his country through. "You have players who are born leaders and Ronaldo is one of them," said Adrian Silva, who was in the Euro 2016 squad. "He's a leader on the pitch, but he's also a leader in the dressing room, even in Portugal's daily routine. When the players leave the hotel to go for a short walk, you see his role as captain. Ronaldo just needs to give the turnaround gesture and everyone just follows him. Before a match, when we looked at our opponents, you could always see how much they feared and respected him. You felt that you already had an advantage. Not many countries can say that." In the last 16 against Croatia, Ronaldo's shot was saved through his old friend Ricardo Quaresma to convert an extra time winner on the rebound. In the quarterfinals against Poland, Ronaldo learned from his mistake of 2012. And took their first penalty in the shootout. As Portugal triumphed again.
Beaten a team that have lost just once in 2 years and by...
He became the first player to participate in 3 European Championship semi-finals. Wales had an amazing tournament and were led by former teammate Gareth Bale to the semi-finals to face off against Portugal. Ronaldo headed from a corner to put his team ahead, just like he did in the semis at Euro 2004. That goal, in Portugal's only 90-minute win at the tournament, drew him level with Michel Platini as the top goal scorer in Euros history. But his final lasted just 25 minutes. Injured by a tackle from West Ham's Dimitri Payet, he twice tried to carry on after the treatment, but it was no good.
He is, fair play to him for having a go. It's a risk. There are going to be tears. This was his stage.
Unable to lead his team on the field, he passed the captain's armband to Nani. "Wear this," he said, "and win this final." But Ronaldo couldn't relax and just be a bystander though. For the remainder of the game, he was prowling the touchline, going up and down, barking instructions, providing encouragement. When he did actually sit down, he was still living every moment on the field. Frustrated at one missed chance, and on the camera, he actually slapped Adrien Silva on the knee, to the midfielder's obvious discomfort. "It may seem hilarious when you see it now, but at the time I was in so much pain," laughed Silva, who had been substituted by that stage. "When he punched me, I was focused on the match and not expecting it. I remember telling him, 'Not that knee.'" He was very apologetic though. When Eder was preparing to come on as Portugal's last substitute, Ronaldo had to speak to him. "Be strong," he said. "You're gonna score the winner from me." Eder did just that.
Eder shot! Super strike! Eder smashes Portugal onto the verge of glory.
On and off the pitch, Ronaldo helped his nation to their first major trophy. "It's something that will last forever," said Silva. "No one can take that away from us." Not only did Ronaldo add another trophy to the cabinet, he went on to achieve the silver ball with 3 goals and 3 assists, an all-round magisterial performance. Then comes Euro 2020. In the midst of a global pandemic, the tournament, being held in 11 cities in 11 countries, was originally scheduled from 12th of June to 12th July 2020, but was postponed and rescheduled for 11th of June to 11th of July 2021. It still retained the name UEFA Euro 2020 though. On the 15th of June 2021, Ronaldo scored twice in Portugal's first game of Euro 2020, a 3-0 win against Hungary in Budapest.
To double their lead. Drilled in by Ronaldo. Another Ronaldo record.
This took him to a total of 11 European Championship goals, 2 clear of Michel Platini as the all-time top goal scorer in the competition's history. He also became the first player to score at 5 European Championships and in 11 consecutive tournaments. The brace made Ronaldo the oldest player to score 2 goals in a match in the European Championship and the oldest player to score for Portugal at a major tournament. On 23rd of June, he scored 2 penalties in Portugal's 2-2 draw with France in their final group stage match. equaling Ali Daei's record of 109 international goals. Furthermore, he became top goal scorer in tournament finals for World Cups and European Championships combined. His 21 goals broke the previous record from Miroslav Klose. On the 27th of June, Portugal were knocked out. They lost to Belgium 1-0 in the round of 16. Was this Ronaldo's final game in the Euros? And has this been the greatest European Championship career of all time? Well, let's not draw the line under anything just yet. Ronaldo is a supreme athlete and could easily continue on for a number of years. Euro 2024 is now only 3 years away rather than 4, so there's every chance he'll still be around for that one. Ronaldo will be 39 when Euro 2024 comes around. Would you bet against him being in Germany for it? If he is, these records will be up for grabs. Oldest Euro scorer. Oldest outfield player to feature at Euros. Oldest player to feature in Euro final. Oldest player to win Euros. Oldest scorer in a final. Just one player aged over 30 has scored in a Euro final. Bernd Holzenbein was 30 years and 103 days old when he headed West Germany's late equaliser against Czechoslovakia in 1976 to prompt extra time. And ultimately, Antonin Panenka's place in penalty posterity. Now that we know that Ronaldo can't do it this time, if he can get to the finals in 2024 and score in the final then, he'll be 39 and will smash that record to pieces. I honestly doubt that anyone would be able to break that record if he was to do that. Those are some of the records he could add to his list, but in terms of records he already holds, he could go even further and extend them in the next tournament. Look at what he's already achieved. Most finals campaigns. Ronaldo moved to the top of a stellar list of 21 men who've appeared at 4 Euro tournaments, beginning with Lothar Matthäus and Peter Schmeichel back in 2000. He's also the last man standing of the 11 who notched up 4 in 2016, so it's going to be a while before anyone can catch up to that one. Most finals appearances. Ronaldo's in a league of his own, having missed just one match in his nation's last 5 campaigns. He sat out the final group game against Switzerland in 2008, when Portugal were already through. His nearest rival is former Germany midfielder Bastian Schweinsteiger, who made 18 appearances. Most appearances, including qualifying. Ronaldo has now surpassed Buffon's previous all-time high of 58 outings in Euro competition, qualifyings and finals included. Most finals goals. His 2 goals against Hungary took him 2 clear of France's Michel Platini, whose entire haul came at Euro 84. He went further clear with his strikes against Germany on matchday 2 and France on matchday 3. Most goals including qualifying. If Ronaldo's in a league of his own for the previous category, then he's on another planet for this one. 45 goals in Euro qualifying plus finals is almost as many as the next 2 players combined. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has 25 and Robbie Keane's got 23. Most Euro finals tournaments scored in. Ronaldo managed 2 goals at Euro 2004, 1 in 2008, 3 in 2012, and 3 more in 2016, and 5 in 2020. He remains the only player to score 3 or more in multiple Euros. Legend. And there we have it, the Euro career of Cristiano Ronaldo. I'd be interested to hear what you think about his overall career. Do you think he's the best ever to do it in the European Championships? Cristiano is constantly compared to his compatriot Lionel Messi, but crucially, Lionel doesn't play for a European international team. So is there anyone out there, someone born in Europe, who's played at the top of the game, who can even compare to this guy? Which other players out there have done enough to come close to competing? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you made it this far, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm really enjoying making these videos, and you can definitely expect more of these types of videos to come in the future. If you like the content, then perhaps consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribing. Obviously no pressure, but it would really help me to build this channel, and it will let me know I should make more videos like this for you guys. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day and you've enjoyed the Euros as much as I have. Until the next one, see you next time.